Welcome to another edition of Transform Your Life. If you think you have something in life that you truly want, you truly desire, but due to major obstacles, it's impossible for you to achieve it, then today's message is for you. I have the progressive neurological condition of MS, and the last 30 years of my life has all been about overcoming obstacles. After I achieved the amazing accomplishment of transforming my body so that I was able to walk again, I asked myself, well, if I can do this, what else do I want to be able to do? And I remember that exact moment so well because it was the beginning of spring in the beautiful mountains surrounding by the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina where I live. And so the thought popped right into my head right away. I want to be able to ride a two-wheel bicycle again. I miss the feeling of freedom that one gets when you're riding a bike. And I wanted to experience that again in the beautiful surroundings of springtime. But here was the hardcore fact about MS. It can take away a person's ability to balance. And that's what it had done to me. And what is the number one requirement for being able to successfully ride a two-wheel bicycle? Yeah, balance. So when I told my doctors and a few close friends about my bike quest, my doctors said, don't do it. It's impossible. They also said it's totally unsafe. Don't even try. My close friends tried to discourage me because obviously they were concerned about my safety. Basically, people thought I was nuts. But I didn't let that stop me. Okay, so I decided I'm ready to take action. So I followed the same path that I took when I set out the first time to achieve the impossible of being able to walk again, which I did. I envisioned my goal, and then I developed a specific course of action of exact steps that I need to take every day in order to achieve this. Uh-oh. Oops. One minor problem. I didn't have a bicycle, and I didn't have the money to buy one. So I had this idea that I would present my bike quest to a local bike store and tell them that if they loaned me a bike, that I would happily promote their store in an upcoming newspaper article. And also I'd promote their store to all the people who stopped to talk to me while I was training. The bike store happily obliged. So then I broke down, as I said, I broke down all the individual steps I needed to take for me to learn to ride the bike. And I started with no pedals on the bike because my legs were too weak to lift them up to the pedals. And because I couldn't balance, I needed to work on developing balance first. So that's where I started. I designated 2 to 3 hours a day to this bike quest, 5 to 6 days a week. It was a huge time commitment, but I wanted this so much. And that dream was so big inside me. I just kept at it every day. Just for me to develop enough balance took me 3 months of just balancing on a small bike to see if I could develop enough of a sense of balance. That was just the beginning. Was it hard? Absolutely yes. Was it frustrating? Absolutely yes. Were there times it was downright terrifying? Oh my gosh, yes. I was putting in this 2 to 3 hours a day before I left for work and after I got home from work. So in total, it took me 56 separate steps, and it took 11 and a half months to complete. That's how difficult it was. But the following spring, I achieved the impossible, and I rode a two-wheel bike, unassisted. I did what the doctors had said was impossible, and I could very happily reclaim the identity of being a cyclist. The joy I felt from riding is like no other, and it was worth the blood, sweat, and frustration. Yes, the newspaper not only wrote about this, but they chose to make it a front page article complete with photographs. So the bike store got plenty of free advertising. Looking back, what got me through all this was having an audacious dream that I truly desired. My own ingenuity at developing a plan of action that was successful, a cast iron will, the refusal to take no for an answer, and knowing in my heart of hearts that this was my destiny to do. If I had to sum it up in a nutshell, how I was able to achieve this, it is in this amazing quote by a person, the last person that I could find it was attributed to was a man named Jim Rohn. And this quote sums it up to a T. Anything you can vividly imagine, fervently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically take daily action on will come to pass. So please keep that quote in mind. I encourage you to write it down. I hope that hearing about my bike quest inspires you and reminds you that you are limitless. And if you have something you truly desire, go for it. If you want to read my personal blog account of this experience, please feel free to go to the blog I wrote, and you can find that online at thefighttorideabike.com. Also, you can see a video of me riding a bike at my personal website, which is virginiaoman.com. See you next time.